This is the story of three little bears. They were considered to be really vulnerable and not able to take care of themselves. So one day, they decided to go on a trip by themselves just to prove everyone else and everyone on the town that they were able to look out for themselves and they didn't need help from anybody. So they decided to go on their trip. And on their trip, they were feeling very confident about themselves. They felt that they were really strong and they didn't have any trouble with being out there by themselves. But once they get to the forest, they started to do their tents to spend the night, but they started to hear some noises out there in the woods. So they started to get scared a little. They realized that there was a hunter out there looking for them, and he was hunting them. He wanted to make them his next meal. So the bears started to freak out because this was a very dangerous situation in which they have never been. So what they did was that they started to run. So they didn't notice, but they got lost separately. They were alone and they didn't know where the other bears were. So they got really scared. But they all remembered that if they followed a big star in the sky, they will get to their home. So their mom was thinking about them and she said they are going to get home. And so they did. So their mom was happy and the little bears learned a lecture. They learned that they didn't have to prove to no one anything, and they just needed to wait until they grow up to be really able to look out for themselves.